Spanned out into forever, somehow, unavoidably, we came to a notion of form. And with that notion of form, then there became different consistencies of our matter. And oh no, we are already lost. Already we have split it into pretty colors and we call it rainbow, but it is the fracture of the light that we were always meant to share and drink in. But how would I know you myself? How would I find all the pieces that are the pieces that I do not have the will, the energy, or the time to become? I must meet you upon the path. The path being the simple lines that rest in this field as we make our ways around each other, to each other, and I do not know. Once long ago I was driven out. Sure that there was a form to be defined, but no one would define it for me, so I would define all others, cutting shapes to cut the shape to make my shape perfect. And then I found that we were all tailors, that we were all mask makers, all mask wearers, and I have come to a point where the shell is cracking just enough so that I know that the real challenge is not whether they love you, whether they will touch you, whether they will see you, whether they will admit that the same air that you breathe is the same air that they breathe. It is the getting up. And we have been getting up for so long that we now look forward to it like a joy of pleasure. It is confusing. Still, there are more traps waiting to happen and we long for them. This freedom, this form, it all seems like work, all seems like time. We are reconditioning. We are reforming with every touch, every conversation, every breath. Every moment moved through the dark single shadow of sorrow. We are taking the pieces, the fragments, so pretty are they. We are making them thread. We are sewing together a world that will echo without us, that echoes far away from us, that rocks and shakes with cooling breezes and warming touches. We are either the beginning of fire or the beginning of peace. Once long ago, I went out into the world like a razor to cut my form into its flesh, finding now that all it is, all this world is hands. Be careful what hands you allow to hold your light, for fingerprints rest forever, and your echo is all that you shall leave. It is the first cry, the last cry. You are crying it now. You are humming it now. We are singing it now here in this darkness and this silence. But it must be cut into pieces and sung back. So I have cut my pieces and I have sung to you. Will you sing me your songs, your pieces, your rainbows, your fractures, your scars? Will you bleed here with me till we make a soft puddle, and that too is the world? Will you cry here with me till we make a world of water and woe? Or will you step away and make spaces and darkness and loss?